If you were anywhere outside today, you know it was a warm one, and some areas actually got some record temperatures. Let's turn it over to Sean Quinn for what cities got a spike in the weather. Hi, Sean.
Well, in our area, we had two cities that broke the mold, so to speak. Goleta at 84, you beat your old record by 1 degree, but Santa Maria, more important, 5 degrees above where the last record. So 85, you jumped all the way to 89. In fact, a lot of Central and Southern California was vying once again for the warm spots across the country. In fact, we saw a lot of areas going into the 90s. In fact, our very own Ojai going into the low 90s right there. And you can see even Paso Robles at 86. Pismo Beach, you got that little bit of a sea breeze. So that knocked it down yesterday. You were in the 80s today, hovering in the mid-70s. And I don't think anybody was complaining. Pattern is going to change. Cooler for St. Patty's Day. Possible winds as well. We're going to keep an eye on that for Santa Barbara. And bigger changes ahead as we get into that forecast. A stronger spring-like feel is going to really take over, and maybe even some rain just outside of our 7-day forecast. And of course, I'll have details on that in just a moment. 60s, 70s, and still holding on to that offshore flow in Ventura County, where we're still at 82 degrees right on the beach, just not getting any help from Mother Nature. You can see, though, we are going to get rid of this big bubble of high pressure as we go ahead and put the map into motion. There is a marine layer out there. It's starting to sort of take shape. We might even see some patchy, dense fog tonight, but the big pattern change is going to be out in the Pacific as we see a big area of low pressure begin to push away at this high pressure system, which usually the air under high pressure sinks, it dries out, and of course for us in Central and Southern California, you get very warm conditions. Now there's the cold front right there behind it. Much cooler, moister air is going to streak into the portions of Central and Southern California, not really bringing any much needed rain, but it will likely bring in much cooler conditions, and that basically means that we also have to watch for some strong winds, a possibility. You can see these are the advisories that are just out of our area, but that could easily change over the next 24 hours. Now, overnight temperatures, 40s and 50s. Tomorrow we'll go into the 70s again for a lot of areas. The South Coast, if we do get those winds out of the north, you may even flirt with an 80, all because those winds tend to go just a little bit offshore, and that's why I have the temperatures a little higher there. Otherwise, 60s and 70s, much cooler, about 5 to 15 degrees off of where we were today for some of those areas that were well into the 80s. And you can see 71 in Oxnard, 73 in beautiful Camarillo. And as far as the forecast on the ocean, we do have some high surf out there, a combo swell north of Point Conception out of the west-northwest with some wind energy on top of it. That'll go through Tuesday for the official high surf advisory. Everybody above normal surf-wise, at least for the next couple of days. And there's your Santa Barbara forecast, and you can look right there for St. Patty's Day. It'll be likely nice, but we got to keep an eye on the winds. Spring, well, it will spring as well on Thursday, and it's going to feel very spring-like with that kind of cloud cover across the area, even some fog, low clouds, and you can see right there, cooler through the early part of the weekend, and then it likely warms a little bit as we head towards Saturday and Sunday, but not much. And then beyond that, Victoria, as I was talking earlier, our long range forecast computer, and of course you don't want to bet the farm on that necessarily yet, is hinting that there might be a storm system maybe on and around Tuesday or Wednesday of the following week. So,
all right. Again,
that could completely get washed out, so to speak, or maybe it's a bad pun.
Or washed in.
Yeah, washed in or dried out. I don't know, but yeah, there's a chance.
Okay, all right. Thanks for that, Sean. It was a sticky situation for a kayaker who was stranded, and she had to